Absolutely no time to compile all the notes that I was trying to scrummage through in our discussion. So let's just give it a go. Excuse me if I've got to read some of them, but we had a very vibrant group this morning, as was the presentation. So we had Craig, we had Jane, we had Brian Fine, we had Annie Vinton, we had... and we were very, very lucky to have Adam in the room with us as well. So we're able to further lots of inquiry. All of us really loved the presentation today and really felt like we could implement something, some of the knowledge that we learned today back into our businesses straight away. Craig spoke first and really highlighted his fascination about loyalty programs, not relating to what was necessarily said today, but the experience of some existing programs and questioned whether or not they were actually implemented correctly. So going back to that point of really understanding your customer base, even so far as the big ones like Coles and Woolworths, and actually noting that sometimes people are actually just stuck to businesses because of the lack of choice. But we discussed that quality of the business at the end of the day was going to reign. So all of those concepts needed to be combined, I think, to create a good loyalty program. Jane, who works in lead generation, and really just focusing, her highlight today was really the need to engage emotionally. We're also focused on absolutely what is the most important, which is your numbers at the end of the day, but really reminding yourself to get back to the why was probably the most important. And at the end of the discussion, when I asked everyone if there was something they were going to do when they went back to their offices today, was something they were going to implement. Jane was definite and had a list of things that she wanted to do. And one of them was definitely going back to stakeholders and allowing people to ask about the why they're doing things and reconnect with your clients. Brian was very, very happy today that there was a huge amount of research that went back into the statistics for today's, and feel like all of the presentations were really founded on the best stats possible. So the information was true. That was very important. Annie Vinton is new from the States today and is really just looking back into different ways on how to engage. They've implemented different programs into their business, and really just at the beginning stages. She was unfortunately late to today, but so inspired about what she heard, and really loving the information about how to get engaged again. We actually asked Adam about what he thought were the trends coming up into the loyalty space, which ended up into a really great discussion. The trends were really focusing on your own customer base as opposed to borrowing others, really understanding where you can get more out of the people you're already servicing, and the fact that technology, card linking were new trends. As new technologies develop, obviously that's going to change the face of how we do things, and that people are really now probably focusing on experiences and services as opposed to getting rewarded for their birthdays and anniversaries. It's more about the experience, which seems to follow trends that around the world. So that was really our group. Thank you. I really love the fact that you could just take away the information, even if your business isn't already engaged in a loyalty program, and really dissect your own businesses based on the information that was given today to really work on how to do better.
Love it. Thanks, Nat. Thanks, Nat, and thanks for giving us the highlights.